That performance would come all right. I wasn't so sure that we were ready to beat one of those top teams yet, and that's probably surpassed our expectations now. So we're in bonus territory really, because when you had so many new guys, it was hard to see us. I kind of felt confident that we would close the gap all right, but whether we would beat one of them, it certainly surpassed our expectations.
We prepared as well as we did for any game in the last 7 or 8 years. And I have to say the players put in as much effort as they did in that time, and they just couldn't get enough scores to win the game. They, I suppose our return for the shots that we created wasn't good enough, and that's, I suppose, thanks to Dublin as well. They worked extremely hard, they fought for every inch, and they deserved the victory in the end.
On that match, a match that turned out to be, in the second half, certainly a fascinating contest. And Joe Brawley, Dublin started this championship in derision from some of their supporters and a lot of the media, and now they're in an All-Ireland semi-final.
Well, I think they lost their nerve at the start of the 15 minutes into the Wexford game, but the work that had been done throughout the league was evident again today. A brilliant triumph for Pat Gilroy. I was saying at half-time they were doing exactly the right things. You must be patient against Tyrone, you must endure, and every now and again, if there's a wee chink in the armour, you take the chance. By the 65th minute, it was 13 each. Dublin were committing everybody to the defence, breaking forward, and they got their goal chance. And I thought they deserved a bit of luck on the day, because they've had a lot of bad luck in their time. I mean, a brilliant victory conceived on the training field, and played to perfection out there today. A brilliant victory. What else can anyone say?
So much Colin Rourke for trying to predict how these games will go. 2 upsets here at Croke Park today, you'd have to say.
Absolutely. The football.
Meath could win this All-Ireland, Jeff.
I hope so, but the football landscape is entirely different now than it was a few hours ago.
Yes,
it reminds me of the poem, the old order changed, yielding place to new, and God reveals himself in many ways. I think we needed a bit of divine inspiration today, or maybe inspiration from somebody like Owen O'Gara. I think they should put a monument to him in O'Connell Street instead of Molly Malone, because he's raw in everything, but he got the goal and mugged Tyrone on the line when it looked as if Tyrone were beginning to put a stranglehold on the game. And it was a fantastically brave performance by Dublin. They really, really worked hard. I know Tyrone missed a lot in that second half, but as Joe said, nobody could begrudge Dublin a little bit of luck. And it's a fantastic tribute to Pat Gilroy and his stewardship for introducing a complete full backline. Michael McCauley in the middle of the field, who was brilliant today, and somebody like Paul Flynn and Owen O'Gara, and brought in this new talent and said, we're going to stick with you lads, and he's had the belief and confidence in them, and it's well rewarded now.
It is well rewarded, Pat.
It is. First of all, a very well deserved victory for Dublin. What we pointed out earlier on, we saw an abundance today. Honesty of effort. They matched Tyrone in work rate, and they deserve to win. It's great for the championship, because the GA needs new faces and new teams at the top, and now we're going to have new All-Ireland champions this year, and it's great. Now, can I say one or two other things? I will certainly have to say, Rod Stewart is down a mile down the road tonight. He hasn't had a hit record for about 90 years. He's charging €70, and I'll tell you this: he won't give half as good an entertainment as those boys gave out tonight. Fair play to him. I really, really enjoyed it. But you know what, Michael? You're into cars. Would you buy a new car or a car with a lot of mileage?
I'll buy you a car if I had any money at the moment.
Well, I tell you what you had. What you had there today with Kerry and Tyrone, you had 2 Rolls Royces arriving into Croke Park with heavy mileage, badly needed service, and they ran out of steam.
I'm not so sure, but I don't think that's fair on Dublin,
I cut you short there, Joe, for a second, because the man of the match from this afternoon's second football quarter-final standing by. He is Dublin number 15, Bernard Brogan. He's with Claire McNamara.
Yes, Michael, and Sean Lestrange from Ulster Bank is here to present Bernard with his trophy. Bernard, congratulations. What an afternoon, and what a turnaround in Dublin's season.
Absolutely. We knew it was going to be a tough battle, and Tyrone didn't disappoint, but we knew that we didn't think they'd expected the work rate that we put in, and we came out there and everyone gave their all, and you can see their lads coming off were hardly able to walk, and it's been a long time coming, and we really wanted that. You can see from the work rate that went in that Dublin really needed that, and the team is starting to play as a team, and hopefully long may it continue.
Your honesty and your work rate has been just praised in the studio. What has made the difference? What's been how do you account for it?
I think Dublin through the last few years have always been criticised as having too many individuals and not playing as a team, and this year Pat has put in a regime that the team comes first and then individuals won't be supported, so everyone is a rowing as a team, and you can see out there that when everyone does their bit, you can come out on the right end of the result.
And so going the qualifiers proved so worthwhile for you guys this year.
Yeah, well the games every week in a row was huge, and it builds a bond with the team, and you can work on different type of. If you lose a game in Leinster, you have a second chance, and you can learn from that. Whereas if you go through Leinster and you come into the quarter final and you lose, then you can't get a second chance then. So you can learn from mistakes in the back door, and that's what we've done, and hopefully we can continue on with it.
Because you have had a couple of nightmare quarter-final appearances, so this must make today all the sweeter.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. The last couple of years have been very hard to take, and it's where we wanted to be back here. This is the business end quarter-final, and delighted to get out on top. It's a huge victory for us.
And looking forward now to a semi-final and fighting for a place in an All-Ireland final.
Yeah, we know it's a Cork coming. It's not going to be an easy feat, but going to go back to the drawing board and try and do the same again. Please, God.
Well done today, Bernard. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, and the way this weekend has gone so far, I wouldn't put any bets on who those semi-final pairings will be. Just to pick up on what Bernard was saying there, gentlemen, the qualifier system has suited Dublin this year because they've helped to find themselves in a way.
Well, it would be ironic if Meath did Dublin a huge deal and helped them win the All-Ireland by beating them in the Leinster Championship. I suppose that would be something that would find
past them the next time.
Yeah, but what Bernard has talked about, and he was very brave in the second half. He showed after a poor first half, and he really helped swing it in Dublin's favour. But I think the most important point that he has made there, and it's very clear from day one with Pat Gilroy, the team came first. The team. And the point he made about the individuals, well, that was, happening for the last few years. And the people who weren't prepared to play for the team are now on the subs or are gone altogether. And it's a new group of fellas who believe that if the team win, they all benefit, and there's no glory in defeat for individuals.
It takes wild work to see to do what Pat has done, like to turn them around the way he's done, to spend all that time that's required on the training ground to get them playing that style of football. It takes a huge amount of work, and also, there are times during the season when they could easily have questioned themselves, but they've stuck at it, and the rewards are plain to be seen now. They're very, very formidable. Any team that isn't leaking goals and leaking scores, and has got some of the players that they've got, are capable of winning all that.
But you're right, Michael. The qualifiers, playing those extra few matches, you're learning about the team, you're learning the best 15, you're working for one another. I mean, Dublin came into the quarter-final the last couple of years having learned nothing about themselves, mainly cruising through Leinster.
Except they thought they were better than they were.
Yes, the unfortunate part about it, of course, is being provincial champions is a sort of short straw in a way, because you get no second chance. But like I said, they're playing as a team and they're working for one another, and that's the key.
But the overall thing, it's great for football.
Oh, absolutely.
Kerry and Tyrone have dominated the last decade. Now we're going to see new champions, and there will be a lot of counties who will say to themselves, God, we could do it now.
Roscommon, one of them probably. We're going to take a break. Back with more on this All-Ireland quarter-final. And they got it with the gold.
They did, because it looked as if, with 65 minutes gone, as if Tyrone were beginning to take charge of the game, and they were after missing a lot. And then with this situation, Paul Flynn, who did very well when he came on, tries with the outside of his foot for a point, and then Owen O'Gara, I think the only shot on target all day. He's a sort of a country type full forward, big and bustling, and he seems to be a bit nerveless too. Some other people could have taken a point there, bang, in the net, and game over, because there's nothing to sort of bring the whole hill to life or Dublin to life.
But that's what we said at the start. I mean, that these bunch of players have no fear. They're not bringing any mental baggage. I mean, that guy O'Gara wasn't in any way overawed by the occasion today. He really tore into it.
True, Pat. For years, of course, Tyrone had no fear coming here to Croke Park, and were well prepared for all these games, as they were today. Just wasn't their day. But Tyrone, Joe, they have been a great team. I'm not saying they're not still a great team.
I disagree with Pat. I mean, I think it was a monumental victory by Dublin today against a Tyrone team that aren't particularly in decline, and that a week ago we were all saying, well, look at them, look at how they can control a game. Look how overwhelming they can be. And I mean, okay, they missed 5 or 6 scores today, but Dublin were on their tails all the time. They were doing what Tyrone do. They block you and they dive and they threw themselves into it, and they kept their formation. They kept allowing Tyrone to take short kickouts. They yielded that up. They defended the important area. I mean, I think nothing can take away from Dublin's achievement today.
Oh, I think that's true. Okay, let's refer back to today's first
talking points, and tonight we're joined by Darragh Kineda, Kevin McStay and Tony Davis, and we'll be getting their views shortly. But let's get to the action. We begin with this afternoon's clash between the Leinster neighbours, Meath and Kildare.